Hey everyone, happy Wellness Wednesday yet again. Happy Wellness Wednesday.
Happy Wellness Wednesday.
Thank you, Daniel.
Welcome everyone.
Welcome. So today what we wanted to cover is physical wellness, right? So there's actually 7 areas of wellness in general, but we wanted to kind of touch on physical wellness because that incorporates the physical side of wellness, which would include nutrition and exercise. But there's 6 more after that, but we'll talk on, again, the physical wellness for today. So what is physical wellness, Daniel?
So before we answer that, you just mentioned nutrition. So I wasn't even thinking about nutrition for this Wellness Wednesday episode. But I didn't consider that, nutrition is going to be part of the physical wellness.
It is, yeah.
Okay, because it keeps us healthy. So we don't have any other area. What are the 7 areas?
Yeah, so basically, so the physical wellness, that would basically be your exercise, your nutrition, your sleep, and then just regular medical checkups, right? Making sure that, again, the body's functioning correctly. Then you would have emotional wellness, you would have intellectual wellness, you have social wellness, spiritual wellness, environmental wellness, and of course, occupational wellness as well. So that would be your 7 areas of wellness. But
because most of us go to work every day and have a job, and that it consumes most of the day. So yeah, occupational wellness will be very important. So certainly now, since we're talking about physical wellness, yes, if you want to have good physical health, nutrition will be essential, combined with your physical activity.
Yep.
Usually we have that distinction, right? We talk about mental wellness and we talk about physical wellness, or the mind and the body. We hear that a lot. The only difference here is that everything that relates to the brain we call the mind, and then everything else we call the body. But in the end, we have to realize that everything is connected.
Yep.
The brain is a physical entity inside your body. It's muscle. It consumes energy. It has all those connections, the neurons connected to the rest of the body. So your body shape will affect your mental wellness, and your mental wellness will affect what you can do about your body shape.
Yep.
And a lot of that will be also affected by your nutrition.
Yes.
It's all interconnected. So let's make it simple. Where do we start? Well, if we have to think about where do we start when it comes to physical wellness?
Yes. So yes, for physical wellness, I think first we have to determine why is it important to exercise or move the body, and why is it important to eat well, right? Of course, we won't touch too much on nutrition, but it's just good to know, right? So your body is designed to have stress, right? So stress is a good thing. We made it into a bad thing, but having some sort of stress on the body is actually very good. So for instance, what I mean by that is stress on the muscles, right? So if you're sitting down all day, if you're not moving the body, not putting stress onto the muscles, then you're going to create a lot of problems, right? You're gonna have a lot of knee issues, you're gonna have very low skeletal muscle, and then you're going to, again, gain weight as well. But for more physical wellness, the physical side of it would be, again, going in, doing exercise, right? Walking is really good. Exercise and walking. Walking is good for mental health, probably a little bit more than physical health, because walking is really good, but you need to put a little bit more stress, right? For instance, the classes we do here, you're adding a little bit more stress in the upper body as well as, again, the lower body. The body adapts really well to, say, walking. So if you're walking and continuously walking the same distance every day or 3 times a week or something like that, it's very good, but your body will get used to that pretty quick, right? So it's really good to get outside, to walk in nature, maybe to walk with friends and stuff, because again, it's really good for mental health. But for exercise, it's really good for getting your body stronger, getting your body more flexible, basically whatever goals you would have that way. And then for weight loss, of course, it will help if, again, on the nutritional side, if you continue or if you reduce the amount that you're eating or keep it at a certain rate, basically underneath your, basically a calorie deficit is what they would call, just eating under what you exercise or what you expel in the energy. Because commonly, a lot of people think that if you just exercise, then you will lose weight, where actually that's where the nutritional side comes into play. It's about 80% of it is actually what you eat, right? So that's the hard part, usually, is the eating. The physical side will make you stronger, you're gonna get more flexible, you're gonna have a lot more, again, mental clarity, your mental health and stuff is gonna be much better. But you normally, if you are burning more calories, normally your body will automatically eat more calories. just to balance out, again, that. So unless you're really trying to undereat or do a calorie deficit, then again, the exercise is there for strengthening the body, to stress the body. So if you want to lose weight, per se, if that's your goal, then you really have to look at the nutritional side of what you're doing too. But mixing those two together is, again, you get to 100% of physical wellness because it's all together.
Okay, so stress. You started with stress. Let's go back a little bit. The question was where to start, and you mentioned strength. You mentioned bringing the heart rate up, or walk, or going a bit faster.
Yeah.
Also weight loss, and also nutrition. But you have a goal. Let's say you have a goal, yes. And my starting point would be the goal, what you're looking for, what you want to improve, or if you just want maintenance, you have to consider those things. So the starting point would be to have a goal.
Yes.
To reach that goal and to reach any type of optimal health or great performance, you need that stress that you mentioned.
Yep.
You said it's very good. Let's go further on that, and let's say that stress is essential. It's essential. It's the only way to get the body adapted to a certain level of performance is to requiring that stress from your muscles, from your heart, from your lungs. So your body gets adapted and improve to reach that level you're looking for. So it's essential. You don't reach optimal health unless you put stress into those muscles. That's why we have to push.
Yes.
When you go to those exercises. And Jamie mentioned your body will get adapted to a certain level of activity, and after that it's not going to improve anymore unless you require more.
Yes.
Body, right?
And to Daniel's point too, like knowing where to start is knowing what your goal is, right? So everybody's starting point is completely different, right? If your goal is to maybe lose just a couple pounds, right, your starting is going to be different than somebody else's. But the reason, like why you start is really important, right? So, okay, what is your goal? That's great, but why do you have that goal is even more important, right? Because if, for instance, it's like, okay, I want to lose 20 pounds, right? It's a good goal, but it doesn't tie into it, right? You're going to be, one day you're going to be like, do I really need to lose 20 pounds? I think I'm okay about like where I'm at, right? Because the stress is harder than the goal, right? The goal is not that important, right? So you want your goal or you want your why to be more important than today's pain, like today's stress of doing the classes and stuff, right? You want that why stronger so you can go back to it and be like, okay, this is why I'm doing it, right? Maybe you want to lose 20 pounds because you just want to stay healthy. You don't want to, you want a nice long longevity. So you want to make sure that you maybe live longer, right? For loved ones, right? That's a better why than I just want to lose 20 pounds, right? So you really want to step back and really look at the whole picture and make sure that the reason why you're doing this is a very sustainable goal, but a very deep-rooted goal that's going to help you on those days that are tough, right?
Yeah, we could go back and talk about the values, like having strong values, understanding what your values are, and then understanding what your goals are, and if they align with those values.
Yes.
But in the end, we can bring up here some of the main things that people look for. Mm-hmm. That would be, I'd say, weight loss, and then having a strong and functional body to do the everyday things that we have to do without getting exhausted, to go to work or getting groceries, and then when we are not doing those chores, to go out and enjoy the time with people you love. Mm-hmm. And again, not getting tired and being able to do whatever activities you're planning to do, right? And that your body is not in the way of that, your body weight or your body shape. It doesn't become a barrier. I'd say that would be like the main goals, right? Weight loss or getting stronger or having more energy and endurance.
Yes.
So for all those goals, it will require that stress, and it will require us to do certain things that will be uncomfortable.
Yes, but then that, to Daniel's point there, what it is, that would be called like a functional fitness, right? So instead of, say, lifting up a lot of weight to put that weight back down, functional fitness is more, it gets you ready for any life activities that you want to do, right? So for instance, if you want to go, this Saturday I want to go on a hike, you're ready. Like you're ready to do anything, right? I want to go swimming. Okay, you're ready. You don't have to spend months to get ready to go to the beach, right? You're ready. You're comfortable with yourself. But for physical aspect of things, you can carry the groceries to the car, you can balance on one foot to switch on maybe a light switch in your house, right? If your hands are full, So you have, again, the balance, you have the mobility, you have all the tools and the functional fitness behind it to make sure that you can go and do whatever life throws at you, right? You're just ready for life.
Yeah, and based on what we know, that's what most people want.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned they live longer. I think we all think about it. Yeah, we want to live longer, but we have to think about how we are living.
Quality of life.
The quality of those extra years that you're having.